We're back. The Duncan Music Lounge. Wild and crazy crowd, eating, drinking. And we appreciate them for being here, talking to Jim Mora Jr. as the Huskies get set to take on Central Connecticut. They'll do that at the Rent on Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. We've been around, what? Labor Day, I'm sorry. We've been around the offense a little bit, talked to some skilled players, some offensive linemen, quarterbacks. We haven't talked about defense, and defense is probably going to be where you fans are going to have to get educated because you're not going to recognize some of these people. But we've been watching them, and obviously Coach has been watching them and recruiting them, and has brought in, I think, some experienced players. And having seen them in action in the scrimmage and then today, it feels like the jump isn't going to be as big for them to get to a level that your defense can be outstanding. Am I accurate with that?
I hope you are. There's a lot of new faces, 9 new starters. And we're fortunate because we were able to do pretty well in the portal. At least we anticipate we did well in the portal. It still has to prove itself out. Adding some guys that had played at this level and played well at this level in big-time football, Power 4 guys. But, there's that kind of that period of adjustment into our system and how we do things that's been happening. And unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, a couple of our key guys have been out with injuries. But they've played a lot of football, these guys we brought in, and they understand the game, and they're smart, and they're conscientious, and they're process-oriented, and I think that we have a chance to be really good on defense, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We need to get some of these guys back practicing and get them more assimilated into our system.
Your background is defense over the years on the pros and now here in college. You were the defensive coordinator for a couple of years here. Is instinct for a defensive player more important than communication, or is it vice versa?
It's neither. I mean, it's both. There's so many things that are equal, that one is not more important than the other. A great defense is a defense that communicates very, very well, which means the players communicate well amongst each other.
Is that pre-snap or when the play's happening?
It's post, it's during. I mean, the communication is nonstop on a football field. You just can't hear it from the stands, and especially on defense, because every time an offensive player moves, it changes everything on defense, and it has to be communicated. It has to be flawless and seamless, and that takes time to develop. To be instinctive, or not instinctive, to be commanding with the calls and precise in the calls. It takes time to learn those things. So when you're bringing a new group together, it's important they practice together. And so that's where there's a little concern, because some of these guys that are key pieces have not been able to practice. But like I said, they're experienced football players, so it doesn't take them as long to catch up. Communication, effort, the way you finish, the violence that you play with your hands, good feet, staying square, being a great tackling defense. I'm going to say it again, violence, because violence is a virtue on defense. That's something that you have to, and we're not talking about, what type of violence I'm talking about. We're not trying to maim anybody, but you're trying to inflict a little punishment on your opponent in this sport. So those are and then skill. I want big, fast, mean, angry, smart guys on defense.
Anybody out there want to get a uniform on? Listen, that's what defense is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Matt Brock says, you can't play defense unless you're pissed off. You should get up every morning just angry about something if you want to be a good defensive player. I mean, think about Jack Lambert and Dick Butkus, those guys. God. I want guys like that. Ronnie Lott. Give me Ronnie Lotts and Jack Tatum's and those are guys. Do you guys even know who those guys are? Yeah, give me those guys.
Some of these older guys might know.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have to play defense. You have to have a chip on your shoulder. You have to have an edge, and I think we've got some of those guys,
You got a linebacker from BYU, Sione Moa,
yeah.
And we met him today after practice, and he just looks, he's a grad level guy,
Yep.
And he looks like a football player.
He does.
He looks like a guy that running after you on the field, you want to run away from him.
Yeah, he's a great kid, and I'll tell you, the bonus is that his girlfriend was an All-American soccer player last year who also transferred to Uconn and will be on our women's soccer team. and is one of the top defenders in the country. So we got a nice bonus there. But yeah, Sione's a really good player, and Taekwon King from Temple has played a lot of football. Brian Parham we brought in from University of Washington. He's played a lot of football. You know, it's our linebacking group is a really good group. I mean, there's 6, 7 guys that I feel they can all go in and play well for us.
In Matt Brock's defense, your defensive coordinator, is the linebacking position the most important, would you say?
You and these there's not like
it's hyperbole. That's all.
I know. God, dang, drives me crazy.
And that's when we're getting along.
They're all important. Okay,
But
they
aren't
all
the
have
linebacking-
different levels of responsibility, but they all are important. They all have different roles, but unless everyone's functioning at a high level on defense, it's hard to be good on defense. You know, so there's no one that's more important, or no position that's more important. There are positions that demand different talents and skill sets and levels of intelligence and size and speed, but you know, everybody working together is another factor that makes a good defense. No one's more important than the next guy.
All right, quick break. We're going to talk about cornerbacks. That's the toughest position.
That's the most important position.
That is it. Thanks to Jim Mora, who's with us. The Duncan Music Lounge here on the Uconn Sports Network.